What's happening, guys? My name is Jamie and welcome to this new show, Review Nation. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday as well. Well, guys, I've decided to create a show called Review Nation, an episodic series as well, similar to Discovery, but we're not reacting, we're just reviewing albums. So this is basically just an album review show where I don't react, I just review the albums of bands that I absolutely love. And the first band we are going to review is Slipknot. Today we are reviewing Iowa. Iowa, one of the most intense, dark albums. Iowa is one of Slipknot's darkest and heaviest albums. Is probably the heaviest album in their discography. And it's just so dark, the lyrics are so damn deep. And today we are just going to break it down. And of course, Slipknot is indeed my favorite band. I have to take away my bias and put on my critic hat because I don't want to be one-sided. I want to be right on the fence here. That's why I am opening my mind. Just before I listened to the album Iowa, before I started recording, it's such a fantastic album. There are positives and then there are negatives. An amazing band in my opinion. They mix genres up, mainly a new metal band, but they incorporate some other different genres as well. In this album, Iowa is a very heavy album. It's dark and it's gritty and it's really atmospheric as well. There are 14 tracks on this album. 515, People Equal Shit, Disaster Piece, My Plague, Everything Ends, The Heretic Album, Gently Left Behind, The Shape, The I Am Hated, Skin Ticket, New Abortion, Metabolic, and of course, the 15-minute masterpiece, Iowa. There are positives and there are negatives on the album. Iowa is considered their sophomore album, but they also distributed an album before Slipknot. That's when Corey Taylor wasn't in the band, where the original singer, Anders and Sean produced the Slipknot Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat. 52 minutes, a fantastic album overall. They borrowed some sounds from that album to Iowa. They also redid Gently. The original was in Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat, and they put Gently on the Iowa album. And they also had the same melodic feel, the same melody as Killers Are Quiet with the actual Iowa song, with the same sort of guitar melody, the same sort of drums as well, just different lyrics overall. So there are definitely some melodies from the original demo album to Iowa, so they borrowed a few sounds. Then they released their self-titled album. To me, it was really aggressive, and I feel that they really went on to the next level in the Iowa album. What we all have to understand that Slipknot was in a very dark place. They were having relationship problems with each other, and it's like they all hated each other to create one masterpiece of an album. Remember, this is just my opinion. Your opinion may be completely different to mine, but of course I will respect your opinion and you will respect mine. This is how Review Nation is going. That's enough chit chat. Let's now talk about the meaty parts of Iowa. So the first track is 515, an absolutely really interesting track overall. Now it is believed that Sid Wilson's grandfather died before they recorded this track. Now apparently one of the producers said to Sid Wilson, you know what, let go of your anger and everything in the vocal booth right now, just let go. And this is how 515 was created. It's all about deaf. So it's a really interesting way to kick off an album, just the eerie vibes with the guitars and everything, and just the atmospheric sound along with the electronic elements throughout this song. It's not hard. I think it's under a minute long, but it's a really interesting way to kick off an album, and it just creates a whole vibe of what Iowa is going to be. I believe Sean said that Sid Wilson was crying so much because Sid's grandfather was like his father, that Sid was in a terrible state, and so was Corey as well. I think all the band members were all in such a bad state. I think after Iowa they also had a hiatus. So track 2 is the intense song People Equal Shit, one of Slipknot's most known songs. And this is a song that is so damn heavy and gritty with amazing guitar work throughout the song. Joey's amazing drumming as well, but Corey's vocals are just outstanding in this. And this is when Corey's vocals absolutely shine. It's also quite melodic. Like if you go to a Slipknot concert, everyone chants this out when they perform this. People equal shit. People equal shit. It's absolutely awesome. And it's just such a fun song. People equal shit. People equal shit. People equal shit. But the lyrics, on the other hand, are very deep as well. It's all about corrupted people and how people destroy each other. The lyrics are really strong in this song. Loving Joey's just absolutely insane drumming throughout the song. Paul Gray's bass, absolutely fantastic, and it's love how prominent the bass is throughout this song as well. But overall, it's such an intense, dark song and quite a heavy song as well, especially with Corey's screams at the beginning. Yeah, come on! It's just a headbangable song. It's just amazing. Track 3, which is Disaster Piece. Disaster Piece is an absolutely brutal song. Even in the first one when Corey says, yeah, I want to slit your throat and fuck your wound. That is absolute intense lyrics throughout this song. But overall, the drumming is absolutely insane again by Joey. Joey just incorporates those awesome drum fills as well. The synthesizers and everything are just absolutely fantastic. Just creates that atmosphere. And this is a really, really deep, dark, and emotional song. And Disaster Piece is apparently all about Corey Taylor's time when he was bullied. And you can tell there is so much emotion conveyed in this song with Corey Taylor's vocals. But not only that, you get Clown and Chris Fan also chiming into the chorus as well. I love it, and this is probably up there to be one of my favorites on the album. But the overall mixing in this is very good as well. Paul Gray's bass is quite prominent as well, and again, it's another fantastic song by Slipknot. Track 4, it's a perfect segue to track 4. I believe it was released as a single as well. Really heavy, gritty sound as well. Dynamic in tone. It's just really raw and authentic, and the chorus is quite catchy as well. This is when Corey was incorporating a few of these cleans as well, transitioning those cleans and transitioning in those harsh vocals. This is when Corey started to sort of experiment with his clean vocals as well, which in the next album he uses a lot in subliminal verses. It's catchy, it's melodic as well. But damn, it's so damn heavy with the galloping drums by Joey. Corey's vocals are just absolutely insane in this. Again, something that he has trouble emulating nowadays. It leads on to track 5, which is Everything Ends. Everything Ends is brutal. And I believe the lyrics in this are really deep as well. It's about Corey Taylor struggling with depression and contemplating suicide. Great guitars by Root and Mick as well. Fantastic. Loving the atmospheric vibes you're getting throughout this song. It's another raw and gritty tone as well. The drums are spectacular, and overall it's just another good song by Slipknot. And especially in the chorus, you are wrong, fucking overrated. I think I'm gonna be sick and it's your fault. This is the end of everything. You are the end of everything. So much emotion conveyed throughout that chorus as well. A lot of sadness as well. You can tell Slipknot were in a very dark place. Although their self-titled album was again quite heavy and dark, Iowa was 100% darker than the self-titled album. But what really escalates the emotion throughout Everything Ends is the bridge part. It's when there's a crescendo and then it really builds up, and then all of a sudden there's a wall of metal that just hits you right in the face. So it's an amazing song. So we lead on to track 6, one of Slipknot's most popular songs, The Heretic. If you're 555, then I'm 666. Basically talking about the music industry and everything, and the lyrics are saying and how the music industry wants Slipknot to create a radio-friendly song in order to become successful. And this is basically a big fuck you to the music industry. And this is an absolutely brutal song. It's awesome, it's melodic as well, the chorus is fantastic. There's sort of a new metal element as well, especially when Corey has that rap flow singing as well. The drums are on fire here, along with the guitars by Jim Root and also Mick Thompson. Amazing song this is, and it's a crowd pleaser in the concerts as well. So then we head on to Gently. Gently is a song that I didn't really like at first. It's a grower. This song's a grower. The more you listen to it, the more you fall in love with it. It's about a 5-minute song, but it's, again, quite atmospheric as well, but it just builds up and builds up and builds up until all of a sudden it gets so damn aggressive and heavy. Corey Taylor's vocals are absolutely insane with this. I believe that Clown also incorporated vocals as well throughout the song. Yeah, it just gets so damn heavy. Yeah, there's a really nice crescendo moments to the song as well, especially the way Joey incorporates those drums as well. And it just gets heavier and heavier, especially when Corey just spills his heart out throughout the song. There is so much anger. Then it leads on to Left Behind. Now, this is definitely their, you could say, commercial song. It's only 4 minutes and it's catchy as well. It's a really cool song. It's really fast and heavy as well, and it would definitely attract a newer audience and newer fans as well. But yeah, this is a fine song as well. One of my favorite songs on the album. It's catchy. I Ignore You as I close my eyes. I feel like I was slipping away. Heavy as well, and I absolutely love it. The drums are fantastic. Guitars are fantastic as well. And overall, the mixing in this is really good. And Corey's vocals are again outstanding in this. Also incorporates those cleaner vocals, incorporates those aggressive vocals throughout the chorus as well. Transitions quite seamlessly. Then it leads on to The Shape. Very interesting song, The Shape. This song's definitely a grower. May not be one of the popular songs of Slipknot, but it's really such a good song. Especially the chorus, Separate. I've lost my only way. Again, Corey uses those harsh aggressive vocals to those nice clean vocals as well. And you start to realize that he is quite a versatile singer. He uses those screaming vocals throughout the verses, and then use those scream vocals and clean vocals throughout the chorus. Again, the guitars are so damn heavy and gritty. The drums are excellent as well, especially this tone of the snare sounds fantastic. Percussionists, all fantastic. Then we lead to I Am Hated. So this is another song. So you could say that Iowa may have lost a bit of steam here. Personally, I don't think it has. Probably in your first initial listen, you probably say, yeah, I always lost a bit of steam here. Because then you got I Am Hated. The lyrics are really strong as well. Aggressive in tone by Corey. Again, as much as you listen to Iowa like I have, it's a fantastic song, I Am Hated. A lot of emotion spilt throughout this song, a lot of aggression as well. Especially the chorus, we are the anti-cancer, we are the only answer. Strap down, you walk. So absolutely fantastic song this is as well. Although I feel that probably in your first initial listen, I don't think you'd gravitate towards this song as much, but it's still a very heavy and gritty song. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite song on the album. Track 11 is Skin Ticket. Verse 1, very eerie sort of vocals by Corey. And it just builds up again. Like this song really builds up. And Mick incorporates this really nice lead guitar. Then it just builds up and builds up. And this is sort of another crescendo song, Skin Ticket. But it's one of the longest songs. And it's the most progressive. There's different sort of time signatures throughout the song. And Joey just incorporates the amazing drumming as well. Absolutely fantastic drummer. Loving the drum fills. Loving the different time signatures, the different tempos as well. This is one of my favorite songs, Skin Ticket, on the album. It's about 7 minutes long, but it's so damn good in my opinion. And it's just so much angst, so much aggression as well. Especially in the bridge, keeping myself alive through your empathy. Just the way Corey just screams out. And then in the outro, keeping myself alive. You could just imagine him recording this. And just so much sadness, so much emotion. I could tell Slipknot were in a very dark place back then. It leads on to New Abortion, another banger this song, but you could tell this is one of Slipknot's, probably not everyone's favorite song. It's still a great song overall. It's awesome. It's a short song. It's about 3 minutes 40, but it does what it does. It's heavy. And Corey incorporates amazing vocals, and it's just a mediocre song, but it's still a banger in my opinion. Track 13 is Metabolic, another interesting song, about 4 minutes. It's a cool song again. It's nothing really special in my opinion. It's quite heavy again, a lot of emotion spilt within the song. Corey incorporates amazing vocals. Joey incorporates those drums. Guitars are excellent as well by Mick and Jim. And overall percussionists, Sean and Chris, fantastic as always. And Sid incorporates those turntables as well. So overall, this is just a fantastic song in general. And it's definitely a grower in my opinion. Like all these songs are growers, including Gently as well. Gently would probably be the most that grows on you throughout the album, throughout your second, third, and fourth and fifth listen, because Gently is just a fantastic song. Then it leads on to Iowa. Definitely the melody was taken from Killers Are Quiet, from the first album, from the first demo album, which is fantastic. I love that song, Killers Are Quiet. But this, Iowa, the actual Iowa self-titled track, it's fantastic. Absolutely magnificent. Especially that guitar intro, that guitar, and then you got Paul Gray's bass, especially throughout the conclusion of the song. It's just so damn gritty. It's so prominent. But then you got Corey Taylor's aggressive vocals throughout the song. It's just a match made in heaven in my opinion. It's so damn dark, it's so damn atmospheric, and it's very doomy. It's 15 minutes long. It doesn't feel like 15 minutes long. I think it's Slipknot's longest song they have ever done. And damn, it's just so damn scary, creepy. You listen to it in the dark, you just get chills over your body. It's just a fantastic song overall. This album, Iowa, as we close off Review Nation for this week, this album is fantastic in my opinion. It's fucking fantastic. If I have to put my critic hat on, look, there are some negatives. There are some negatives on this album. Actually, there's no negatives in my opinion. There's no negatives. I absolutely fucking love this album. I love it. And this is why I'm giving it a look. I've heard better albums, but for Slipknot, it's probably one of the best albums ever, in my opinion. If I put my critic hat on, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, because Iowa just maybe loses a little bit of steam throughout after Left Behind, because you got The Shape, I Am Hate, Skin Ticket, New Abortion, Metabolic. Still fantastic songs, but they're definitely not the best songs on Iowa. I think the first half is so damn strong, and the second half is okay until you get to Iowa. But I would give it a 9 out of 10. 9 or lowest 8 out of 10. I'd give, for Review Nation, I'd probably give it a 9 because it's just a fantastic album. It's hard because I've listened to this album like 100,000 times, but it's so damn good in my opinion. Iowa is definitely an album to get lost in. Like, you're not going to like it in your first initial listen, if you get what I mean. Like, if you're a Slipknot, if you're the first time listening to Slipknot, listen to Iowa album for the first time, I don't think you'd say, whoa, this is good. But the magic happens when you listen to it again and again and again and again. You'll start to love every single song. I think Iowa definitely is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's a masterpiece because it's heavy and it's gritty. It's one of the heaviest dark albums I've ever heard in my life. This is probably what made me get into Slipknot, because this was the first album I ever listened to, and then I listened to the original, then I listened to the self-titled album. I said, holy shit, compared to the self-titled and Iowa, Iowa was way better in my opinion. Because I always thought, when I got into Slipknot, I always thought Iowa was their first album. And I don't know why I thought that, but I did. But you could tell there's a huge progression, music progression as well. Over the instrumentals were so far much better than in Iowa, than Slipknot. The vocals by Corey were just exceptional, absolutely amazing, and I love it. Loved his vocals, loved his harsh, aggressive vocals throughout this album. Something I don't think he emulated in the next few albums after that. Subliminal Verses, his vocals were really good, but didn't have that harsh and aggressive tone like he had in Iowa. All Hope Is Gone, he sort of, but All Hope Is Gone was sort of more melodic, such as he had songs like Dead Memories and Psychosocial as well. Still aggressive vocals, but didn't really match Iowa's standard. Then you had Point Five Grade Chapter, not my favorite Slipknot album, that's for sure. This is when Slipknot sort of had that polished sound, where all that raw energy and everything just was lost. But overall, Iowa, I give this a 9. Thank you so much for watching the first episode of Review Nation. I hope you did enjoy it. So guys, next week, I'm putting out a poll again on the community tab. You guys will be voting which band you want me to review next. And yeah, so there'll be no Slipknot next week, of course, because we'll be picking some other bands. So guys, I hope you did enjoy it. Comment below what you thought about this review. Also, keep discussion going in the comment section below. Comment below what you would give Iowa as well. And I will see you in the next one.